I've been asked this question multiple times. Do fragrances lower your testosterone? Well, first off, are fragrances estrogenic? Now, I've put a Dior Sauvage fragrance, and basically in all fragrances, or almost, you will have a bunch of little ingredients, such as usually alcohol, water, and there will always be perfume, so fragrance. And in fragrance, like over here, we already got like more than 10 ingredients. Well, in fragrance, there can be up to 100 chemicals that you don't know about. Now, not only are there estrogenics in those ingredients, there's also estrogenics in the fragrance. On top of that, there will be endocrine disruptors and there will be toxic substances that you want to avoid. Now, what really happens when you put fragrance on, and that works even if you put fragrance on your shirt, because before I used to think that fragrances weren't that much estrogenic, so I could wear them. So I would just spray them on my clothing, thinking it wouldn't leak through my skin, but it does. It will leak through your clothing, and then it will leak through your skin. Imagine you've got some fragrance droplets. Now, when you spray it on your skin, it gets on your skin, and then the 100 chemicals that there are in the fragrance, they are small enough to simply diffuse and go through your skin and reach your bloodstream. And once it's in your bloodstream, it is inside your endocrine system, and you don't want that. But since now you got fragrance in your bloodstream, what does that do? Well, it does a few things actually. The first thing and most major thing it does, it lowers androgens. Now, it also does toxic stuff because in those 100 chemicals in the fragrance, those chemicals can be toxic and they don't even mention it to you. So you get lower androgens. Now, what are androgens? It's basically the male sex hormones. So things like testosterone, so lower testosterone, lower DHT, and also lower androsterone and androstenol. What does this do? Lower testosterone, lower DHT. It does less masculine gene expression. And if in your fragrance there are estrogenics, it will increase female gene expression. So instead of you getting an increase in muscle mass, in bone structure, looking more like a man and feeling more like a man, you will be looking more like a woman. I mean, we see this in guys with bitch titties, and you will feel more like a woman. And a man that feels like a woman is a depressed man. And men's mental health nowadays, yeah, I mean, you understand it. But this is about to be shocking to you. You're putting fragrance on because you want to smell better, right? Because you want to attract females. Usually that's why you put them on, right? Well, androsterone and androstenol are pheromones. I'm gonna explain to you what they do. If you reduce androsterone and androstenol, you reduce male pheromone. Now, androsterone, over here, I've got a little picture of androsterone. Well, in research, androsterone has been found to increase arousal in women. Women were just smelling androsterone and they became more aroused. This is very powerful. Now, it also did other things like increase heart rate, increase happiness. Like, how great is that? It also gave them a sense of peace simply by smelling this little chemical right here. And when you put fragrances on your skin, on your body, on your clothing, and it leaks through the skin, and as we know with all those ingredients, there's endocrine disruptors, toxic substances, estrogenics, that lower your androgens, well, you're basically lowering all these great effects that you want. Certainly if you're putting Dior Sauvage on your skin, it's because you want to attract girls, because they love the smell, but you will be destroying your pheromones. And your pheromones, I believe, are much more powerful. And there are ways to smell good and keep your pheromones. That's what we're going to talk about. So now that you know all of this, what should you do? Well, the first and most important thing is keep a good hygiene. Shower once, or what I do is I take a cold shower in the morning. I don't really wash myself, but I take a cold shower, so I'm still under the shower, washing myself with cold water. But before going to bed, I take a hot shower and I clean myself with soap. Now, if you want to get into the details of it, you would want a natural soap because there are soaps with parabens that are estrogenics. They also leak through your skin. They also reduce pheromones. So aim for everything that's natural, but now we're getting in the gist of estrogenics. You should avoid those. Plastic, usually in skincare products, they are estrogenics. So go for natural stuff. I have a natural soap. I heard there's beef tallow soaps that are also very good for you. So keep a good hygiene, wash yourself, and washing yourself simply with water, like, kind of works, right? Like, I haven't washed my hair with shampoo for like more than a year now, and my hair is completely fine. Even my hairstylist told me that my hair was perfect. Now, the second thing you need to do is use a natural deodorant. I've got one of those. I think it's Schmitz or something, the name of it. Well, go for a natural deodorant. Usually it's like a mineral deodorant made with zinc and stuff like that. You can also have natural fragrances. Now, I don't use those because when I was looking through natural fragrances, they cost so much money. And I mean, I'm not ready to spend that much just on fragrances, and I don't think I smell bad, so at least no one told me that I smell bad. You can go for natural fragrances if you really want to. And the third thing you should absolutely do is increase your androgens. Now, when you increase your androgens, I get back to the this one, you will be increasing your testosterone, you will be increasing your DHT, so more masculine gene expression. So not only will you feel more like a man, you will look more like a man, so girls will be more attracted to you, right? But also you will be increasing your androsterone and your androstenol. If you're increasing those, you know, arousal, heart rate, happiness, sense of peace. So that's why you need to increase your androgens, because you will be increasing androsterone. How do you increase your androgens? Usually it's quite simple. I'd say the 3 pillars of increasing your androgens that is not that complex is having a good diet. And what I believe a good diet is a non-processed diet. So no junk food, no foods with a insane ingredient label where you don't even know what you're eating. You would aim for meat, vegetables, fruit, a lot of eggs. I believe eggs is the best food to increase your androgens because it's got a lot of good cholesterol, HDL, and HDL will dramatically increase your amount of testosterone because all male steroid hormones are derived from cholesterol. The second thing you can do, which is kind of boring, sleep more than 8 hours of actual sleep. So usually you want to be in bed for almost 10 hours. So you ensure that you get 8 hours of actual sleep. You can also increase the depth of your sleep by meditating, doing breath work, journaling before sleep. The third pillar, which I believe is extremely important, is going to the gym. Now, it doesn't have to be the gym, like simply exercising, but it's extremely important that you exercise. And I think the best type of exercise to increase testosterone, as it's been shown in recent studies, is weightlifting. There's also HIIT training that seems to be a great way to increase androgens, but I don't like that. What I really enjoy is going to the gym, lifting heavy weights, then from time to time I go on runs, walk in the woods. And now if you want to get more complex, you need to focus on estrogenics. Now, I don't know if I told you this, but estrogenics are artificial estrogen. So basically, kind of plastic version of estrogen, I guess you could say. And when they go inside your cells, well, they will express female genes instead of masculine genes, and they will use your androgen receptors. So instead of using your androgen receptors for testosterone, you will be using them for estrogenics, which is awful. Now, estrogenics are usually found in plastic, so avoid eating plastic, because usually the easiest way to increase your amount of estrogenics is simply to ingest them. And people are ingesting a lot of plastic nowadays. So avoid ingesting plastic, avoid putting plastic on your skin, avoid touching too much plastic. This shirt, 100% cotton. My pants, my boxers, 100% cotton. Bed sheets, 100% cotton. And the fifth way I believe you can increase androgens, which I really like doing, is semen retention. Now, you've probably heard of NoFap, you've probably heard of semen retention, and I believe there's good data that shows that semen retention actually increases testosterone and androgen receptor density. And it's pretty simple, guys. You stop touching your dick, you stop ejaculating. Everyone can do it, and I think it would benefit your life in more than simply increasing androgens. Try it if you're willing to. If you've got the drive to actually increase your androgens, try those things out. I mean, just doing that, you will not only be increasing your androgens, but the quality of your life. Now, we've talked about a lot of shit, but main takeaway, don't put fragrances. Because now you know how they affect your endocrine system and how you're actually not going towards your goal of increasing female attraction. Because this pheromones is what increase female attraction. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah.